Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, what happens if you have a full-service production company that specializes in fashion shows and you've got a pandemic? Well, in the case of my next guest, you get busier. I'll explain next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, as we all know, COVID-19 has interrupted a lot of businesses. A lot of businesses have been forced to close. Other businesses have done better. Willie Johnson is the founder of J3 Productions, and he's my guest here on the Jeff Crilley Show. And thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you specialize in fashion shows, and intuitively, I would think that your business would be off, but it actually got better.
Yes, it was amazing. I'm not going to lie. It increased tremendously. A lot of people, you know, we went virtual. So a lot of people hit me up about doing virtual shows, virtual productions, and I was able to solidify the manpower to do it, and so it shot up.
Tell us about your production company and how it was born.
My production company, J3 Productions, is a full-service model management, model development company. I do male and female. I teach male and female runway. I produce fashion shows, and I always find the diamond in the rough, and I make he or she shine. It was founded. I've been in the business actually for over 30 years, but I started producing runway shows in 1998, and so it was one thing after the next. It just grew and grew and grew, and so finally, back in 2018. Something was like, okay, you need to really decide what do you want to do, because I was always working and doing it on the side, and it was like, are you going to do this on the side for the rest of your life, or are you going to take it full circle? So with some help, I was able to actually just take it and grow it to that level, so it's been good.
We've got a little clip that we pulled off of Facebook, and I want you to tell us what we're watching in this clip. This was an event that you did, was it last weekend?
Yes, it was this Sunday, actually.
Oh, okay.
It was a virtual runway show, and that's the rehearsal, the dress rehearsal we were doing. It was for the Afrima Fashion Show, which is an amazing African fashion, music, and art event that they do. And so I was contracted to produce the show and cast the models, cast hair and makeup, and it was some amazing designers, S.L. Zinabor, Don Morphy, and Sai Sanko. They were the participating designers in the show, and so we recorded it, and it should be set to release in November. So it was a great time.
That's good. And we've got mannequins in the front row. Is that?
Yes, those are the mannequins that are in the front row. That's our audience. Yes.
And you said you put celebrities' faces on there?
Yes, they put celebrity photos on the chairs.
That's wonderful. What kind of events do you love to do?
My favorite events that I love to do are always fashion shows. I love producing fashion shows. It's something about the adrenaline, the energy that you get, even all of the hiccups, you know, like last minute changes, the process, just everything about it. I love it.
Yeah. We've got some pictures that we want to show you of some of your models and your magazines. What are we looking at here?
Those were some outtakes from Sunday's fashion show, and those were all bridal gowns by S.L. Zinabor. And so we got all the girls together to take photos and do some good BTS shots, and so it just turned into the most amazing photo.
That's awesome. Yeah. And this one?
I was recognized by Crave Magazine as Dallas's #1 wardrobe stylist. That is myself, and that's some of the work that I've done in the back, the cover that I styled for Crave Magazine, and also the 3 models that were in the magazine as well. And so that was me being recognized.
That must have been quite an honor.
No, it was an amazing honor, because Crave Magazine is a very well-known magazine, and so for them to give me that that honor, it was great. Yes.
And we were talking before the show, and you told me that the reason you do this is based in a scripture.
Yes. My mission statement for what I do is Matthew 5:16. I'm not really ashamed of my spiritual belief. I tell everybody I am a church boy. Matthew 5:16, if you don't know, is let your light shine before men so they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. The way I run my business is because I've been on the other side of the camera and I know what it's like to be a number. And so when I started this company, I prayed about it and I was like, God, I want to be able to help people, but I want to do it your way. And when I take on my talent, I never want them to feel like they're a number. So I have 35 people that I treat as if they were the only one when I can. It can be exhausting, but at the end of the day, I love it because I get to see my team happy and my talent happy because they know that they can reach out to me. And it wasn't just about putting models on the runway or turning people into celebrities. It was really, what can I do to encourage you to grow? Because a lot of models are what I call beautifully broken. They're beautiful, but they're always getting tore down. They're always told no. They're always prejudged based on their look, So I wanted to make sure that they knew that J3 is a safe place for them.
Well, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but I just sense a lot of emotion here. Why is this so near and dear to your heart?
It is truly a passion. I always say that this is a ministry to me. I've rededicated my company to God. I did it 3 or 4 years ago, and I actually resurrender it to God weekly. I'm thanking Him and giving Him back my business. So whenever I talk about J3, I get emotional, I get excited because this is also something that my mom told me that I was going to be doing. I've had so many great people in my life that have told me that this is what I want to do, and I ran from it for a while, and so now I run to it. But I love what I do. This is truly my passion, my ministry. This is something that I do. I will honestly say I do this 24 hours a day. Yes, and I love it.
And the name J3 Productions, you're honoring your mom with that name. Tell us that story.
Well, my real name is Willie Johnson III. And my mom, she was so funny. She would say, son, are you going to get one of those Hollywood stage names and forget that you're Willie Johnson III and your family name? And I'll say, no, Mom, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And so I was trying to come up with a creative way for my business so it could sound fun and fashionable and cutting edge. And so that's where the word J3 came from. So it's Johnson III,
And
J3.
you do have a little bit of a southern accent, which I find
Yes.
charming. But you were telling me before we went on the air that sometimes your phone calls with the fashion industry in maybe New York or
Yes.
Europe, they pick up on a little bit of the southern drawl.
Yes, and they love it. It is hilarious to them, and they actually. One lady said it was refreshing because, like I was telling you earlier, I was on the phone with a lady from Versace Corporate one time. We were talking, and right when I got off the phone, I was like, okay, well, thanks, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. And she just fell out laughing. She said, will you say that again? And I was like, what, thanks, y'all? She was like, yes, I love it. It sounds so innocent. And I was like, well, I'm not really that innocent.
I think it's charming. We need to have more southern accents in the fashion world.
Yes, that's what she said.
So tell us what it's like to work with you. So let's suppose I'm the owner of a small boutique and I want to kind of put on a show and a client appreciation event or something like that. What's the process like?
Well, the first process is we sit down and we have a consult. You tell me exactly what you're trying to do. You tell me a little bit about your business. And you tell me what you're hoping to achieve from this. And then we'll sit there, we'll bounce ideas off of each other. Then, I'll reach out to certain people like, liquor sponsors, catering, and then we book models according to your client and according to what you're looking for and what you feel is going to best represent your brand. And then I spend, time coming by the store. Sometimes I'll go by the boutique. I look at the type of people that shop in the store. I'll find out certain colors that you like. I listen to the music that you play in the store, and then I'll build the event around everything that I see. And then that's pretty much how it is. And then also working with me, if you are my client, I have a mantra called results only, no excuses. So I do everything in my power, and I will always give you every result that you ask me for. Because that's just, I don't believe in telling my clients no. We'll work it out.
You have a really cool kind of laid-back energy, but it's a high-stress job. If you're in the middle of an event for an important client, the food's got to be right. How are you when you're on the job?
I try to keep this same level of energy. I mean, now I will admit I do run a very tight ship. People that work with me and have worked under me, they know, they'll say, well, you know, Willie's nice, but he's not going to play a game with you. So I have a very strict, I run a very strict ship. I do not, now my team, I don't micromanage them because everyone I bring on my team, I consider them all owners. So I make sure that they own everything I give them. Now, if they make a mistake, then that's when they have to answer to me, you know, but for the most part, I keep it level-headed because, you know, when you're the captain of the ship, if you start flipping out, then your whole crew is going to flip out. You never see a pilot flip out on when he's flying a plane. So I look at myself as the pilot. So I have to keep this level, you know, of energy to keep everybody balanced.
I love it. We're almost out of time, so just kind of final thoughts for the business owner who's watching this, like a boutique, a small retailer. Would it work with other types of businesses?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can definitely do what I do with other types of businesses. You know, if you are doing something with someone else, you know, it's the same program. Sit down, get with your client, find out their needs, and execute and
Like
make everything
anything, a
perfect for them.
car dealership.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Make sure your client is satisfied.
Outstanding. Well, you have been an amazing guest. We're absolutely
Thank
going to
you
have
so
to have you
much.
back again. Let's go ahead and put up some contact information. This is your Instagram. You're at Willie Johnson 3 or at J3 Productions. That is so cool. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
I
on the
appreciate
show.
it. Yes, yes,
You've-
yes,
You've been
yes.
amazing, and we'll definitely have you back.
Okay, perfect.
You bet.
I do appreciate it.
And that's it for now. We'll see you next time.